everyone, and welcome to episode 9 of Newquest Chronicles. So we're very nearly halfway through the series. It's gone quick, hasn't it? It's summer now in Newquest, and there's Cheryl and Glenn enjoying a bit of sunshine and a bit of quiet time as well while the twins are still in bed. Now, you'll see there has been a bit of progress since the last episode. And if you can see that little character just coming through the doors now, that's Laura. All grown up into a toddler. Now, what is really exciting is she and Elizabeth are identical, completely identical twins. Now, the only way you can tell them apart is, I think it's Laura has blue eyes and Elizabeth has green eyes, and that's the only way you can tell them apart. So, in typical twin fashion, Cheryl and Glenn have decided to dress them the same. There's Elizabeth, and as you can see, Laura is dressed in pink, Elizabeth is dressed in yellow, and that is the only way you're going to be able to tell them apart. Because you can't really see the difference between blue and green eyes from a distance. It's only if you look really, really closely. Now, I have to say, Glenn and Cheryl, without any instruction from me, have been model parents. They've educated them, they've chatted with them, they've taught them how to speak, taught them how to walk, done amazing jobs, and that's why they've made such great progress. Right, it's story time now for Elizabeth. But the thing I've noticed about Elizabeth is she can be quite indecisive. She wanted a book reading, and now she's changed her mind. She has decided that she's going to tell her own story to Mummy about banana skins. Cheryl's, I've heard this one before. Let's talk about something different, please. So Elizabeth sits down and starts. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know why they're talking about that, because I am pretty sure, in fact, I know they're potty trained. Oh, she's going back to talking about banana skins. Just humour her, Cheryl. She'll grow out of that banana skin phase eventually, I'm sure. Right, after a long day of chatting and playing, it's time for bed. And these two little ones can get themselves off now. Laura first, then Elizabeth. Laura is a little bit of a leader, I have noticed. She always takes the left side bed, and Elizabeth takes the right side bed. See, even with the pyjamas, they're in pink and yellow. Right, night-night, you two. Sleep well.
Troops Kawafalobi? Galoof!
Timothy's up to his old tricks again. Some of the guys come out for a quiet drink. Timothy's there. And he starts arguments, particularly with Nadine. For no reason. She's just rather unfortunate that she happens to be the one that's been selected to be yelled at. Now, the thing about Nadine is she's a sensitive soul. Most people would brush this off, but she's sort of taken it to heart. Now, do you remember in the last episode when Timothy pinched the rocket to go up to space while everybody was away? Well, his plan was he was going to bring some aliens back with him, and they were going to take over Newquest. Or that was Timothy's idea anyway, but as it turns out, the aliens are a friendly race and get on with everybody really well. So Timothy's plan has backfired, and he's just having it out with one of the aliens. And the alien is saying, look, do you know what? You're constantly talking rubbish. I don't want anything to do with you. So you can blabber on as much as you like. I am going to ignore you. And off he goes. So back in the bar, Timothy spots Nadine again. Now remember, Nadine has done nothing wrong. For some reason, he's just targeting her. So he's just going to have one last pop at her.
Yalig from Doba, Steve.
However, Nadine fights back.
Infalingness wabarani bayum squirmish. Sawata Bima Seneke Belinda Grinia.
Good for you, Nadine. Oh, well, look at that. They despise each other now.
Larn Wagat Sharp.
He won't let it drop. Whatever it is, he will not let it drop. Now, is Nadine still sat? Oh, yeah, she's still sat down there. Look. Oh, don't know. Yeah, well, good girl. She just walked straight past him as though he doesn't exist. That's the best thing to do. The whole episode has really upset Nadine. So that afternoon, she and Ben went out for something to eat, and she's sort of explaining to him how much it upset her and how it's really bothering her. And say, well, you know what? I don't even live in Newquest, and everybody where I live knows exactly what it's like. Just stay away from him, and if you get any more trouble, just let me know. And if I can help, I will do. I've got friends in high places. Right, I think it's time we caught up with Hannah and Jack. They just bumped into each other in the park. But Jack's in a bit of a comedy mood, which I think if this actually works out, Hannah's got to get used to. So she's saying, well, you know, how have you been? Is everything okay? But he says, let's take a selfie and then I'll tell you all about it. Excellent, she says. It's nice to see you again.
Oh, Fibna.
So he's off again. Oh, she's not very happy about that. Says, look, what we'll do, we'll leave it for now. And then tomorrow, if you want to go out for a bite to eat, we'll have a good old chat. Sounds fine to me. So later on that night, Hannah bumps into Stephen at the local bar. She forgets it's Knight's night tonight, which is why there's lots of people dressed in armour. It's a horrible night. There's thunder, there's lightning. But she's in good company and having a good old chat and a catch up with Stephen. She's had an idea. Stephen knows Jack quite well, so she's going to ask him what he thinks of him. There, that should do it. Just wait for the question to be asked. Oh great, Stephen's got up and somebody's jumped in his seat. He's not going to be very happy about that. No, he's not. Anyway, ask the question, Hannah. Oh, that's good news. That's very good news. So here we are, the next day, at the restaurant. Hannah and Jack are having the usual chit-chats about everything and nothing. It's all pretty straightforward at the moment, so I think it's time. A little bit of flirting kicked in. When the moment's right, of course. Well, that went down well. Oh, it appears they're paying compliments to each other now. Oh, I think this is going to go down very well. So after the meal, they take a walk down to the local park. They're both in really good moods. So let's just sit back and see what happens.
Just a crow. Zafonich.
Vombo de meds.
So far, so good.
Tribnathenib.
Yana? Brataplatz. Jaffa. Lof. Janga de Swebla.
Nice thing about Jack is that he makes Hannah laugh, which is always a good thing.
Oh, Waga. Ah.
Amuki Shuna. Tube. Sturm Jasa. Zwick.
Ooh. Uh-oh! Yay!
Skloom. Pim boy.
Now, the burning question.
Cleavar?
Vimpa. Fuma.
Hannah is now dating Jack.
Tankwolf.
Oh.
Okay.
Mabu Aminor.
Fina.
Well, they both seem very happy about this, obviously.
Batanabi. Gularga Finosa. Batanabe. Tanini. Sanzi.
Looks like Hannah's making plans already. And why not?
Chob Loggett
Oh,
Suga.
Rishi. Luna Bisella.
Pondo. Samzo. Gableep.
Honka Thori.
Kabla.
I wonder who the first person Hannah's going to tell. I think it's obvious, really. It's Linda!
Tenova.
Mescanor!
Parsagap Rabe. Varanoi.
You'll never guess what.
Susorba.
I'm dating!
Flish. Hando.
Tuga!
And Linda's got to act surprised here because obviously Hannah doesn't know that she's had a bit of a hand in this.
Bifaralinop. Finili.
So she got to act all surprised when Hannah's telling her stuff that she probably already knows.
Tangela Longi. Pene Vima.
She's doing a very good job of it though.
Zip Zen!
And Hannah's so happy there's only one thing she can do really. And why not? Now what you've just witnessed there is Will being abducted by aliens. Now, it does happen occasionally. Now, the outcome of that is there is a possibility he might come back to Earth pregnant. It's not guaranteed, but it can happen sometimes. And poor Stephen's come to find him, and I'm sure it was working out here a minute ago. Quick look round. What the devil's he gone? Very strange. I'm not quite sure how long they're gone for. That's another thing. I'd wait inside if I were you, Stephen. It could be a while. So I suppose we've just got to sit and wait now and see what happens. Nadine's out there exercising, so if she sees anything, I'm sure she'll give us a shout or something. Oh! Right. He's back. Well, she doesn't look pregnant anyway. I'd go and see Stephen if I were you. He's been a bit worried.
Dag.
If you wanna fish. Mibs?
Because that comes back like nothing's
Oogalump.
happened. Is he okay? Dazed.
Vidish.
I'm not surprised, but it's come back a bit flirty anyway. I think we better leave him to it. Now, this is probably a good indication of exactly the state of mind Timothy is in. It's raining, so he goes and stands in the middle of the street naked, having a shower. Now, that is not right, and it's hardly surprising that nobody really wants to have anything to do with him. It's the evilness is just unreal. I mean, you remember the way he treated Sammy when she first moved in, and then there was that crazy attempt to take over the village with the aliens, which completely backfired. It just makes you wonder what he's going to do next, and where that phone came from, I have got no idea, and I really wouldn't like to guess either. But it just makes you wonder what he's going to do next. He's probably capable of anything, to be honest with you.
Alfonsa,
I mean, what's all this about?
Alfonsa Dorna. Dorna Nabura.
Now, this is all because he inherited a lot of money when his parents died.
Zarzuya.
And it's just gone straight to his head.
Narimo.
And it's just sent him a little bit crazy. Well, I say a little bit, it's a lot crazy. Now, this poor girl walking up. Yes, I don't blame you for stopping. Now, if he had anything about him, he will put some clothes on now. Ah, well done. Whoa. And now she carries on walking. But look at that check back.
Meshka.
Now, later that evening, Timothy went off to the bar and met Stephen for the first time. Now, Stephen is aware of Timothy's history, but the thing about Stephen and his complete naivety is he always sees good in everyone. So he didn't even think twice about chatting to him, and found him to be a really nice, friendly person, and he was starting to question what other people were saying about him. Anyway, after a few drinks, Stephen was invited back to Timothy's house, which Stephen, being Stephen, said yes, of course, why not? So, as usual, he made himself at home, sat playing his computer games, and when Timothy walked in from outside naked and sat next to him, he didn't even bat an eyelid at first, but then did sort of show his slight disapproval, but sort of quickly dismissed it. And sort of carried on playing his computer game. This is how naive he is, you see. He's a lovely guy, Stephen, but this naivety of his, it is going to get him into trouble sooner or later, I'm pretty sure of it. So later on, Timothy said, I'll make us a bite to eat, and Stephen, in his own little bubble, just stood there dancing away to the radio. Didn't think twice about anything.
Garbafa with toy.
They were just kind of happy that it made a new friend, and just couldn't figure out what the problem was with him.